ES Audio.
Hello, I'm Mark Blunden, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, AI fake explosion hits stock market, but first, Brazil's government has declared a state of animal health emergency for 6 months in response to the country's first ever detection of the highly pathogenic avian influenza virus in wild birds. Brazil is the world's biggest chicken meat exporter, with nearly $10 billion in poultry sales last year, and has so far confirmed 8 cases of the H5N1 strain in wild birds. Here in the UK, nearly 100,000 tonnes of poultry is imported from Brazil every year. Meanwhile, the country's health ministry says that over the weekend, samples of 33 suspected cases of bird flu in humans came back negative. Next, a fake image that went viral and is suspected of being generated by artificial intelligence, purporting to show an explosion near the Pentagon, caused a brief markets dip in an intersection of the 24-hour news churn and improving quality of AI. Verified accounts, including some news outlets, shared a fake image of billowing black smoke near the Defence HQ. It caused the S&P 500 to drop 10 points in 5 minutes as the image went viral. Meanwhile, actual humans at the Arlington Fire Department debunked the image, saying there was no explosion or incident near to the Pentagon. Staying with AI, and a German ballet company is using a neural network and custom datasets to help create a novel new production and develop creative concepts.
Where this is really unique, it's the first 17th century ballet house to really warmly embrace the use of AI to nudge and inspire every aspect of the performance.
That's East London musician Harry Yeff, who's directed and composed the production for Leipzig Ballet, which is called Fusion.
What I was brought in to do really was to not replace, but just think about how generative AI can inspire set design. It can inspire the story and the narrative, and especially in the compositions that I've written, you have human voice, but you also have these synthetic voices.
And he explains how prolific their software-based colleague was.
I created about 100 hours of voice recordings, which I used to then generate new voices. So if you imagine me singing and performing using something called sample RNN, we were able to generate thousands of new phrases, things that I've never said, things that I've never sung.
Next, research is warning that current climate policies will leave more than a fifth of humanity exposed to dangerously hot temperatures by the end of this century.
We've left it so late to tackle climate change properly that we're now at a point that to achieve the rate of change we need to limit global warming anywhere near 1.5 degrees C means something like a 5 times speeding up of the reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, or the decarbonisation of the global economy.
That's Professor Tim Lenton, Director of the Global Systems Institute at the University of Exeter.
Our only option left really is to find and trigger what I call some positive tipping points of accelerating social and technological change. And the good news is we've already started to see some of those, at least at nation scales.
But Professor Lenton says the outlook is bleak if humans continue to pollute the globe at the current pace.
They could take us to a place where billions of people are left outside of the kind of climate conditions that we know have supported high population densities and human flourishing for millennia, and certainly for recent centuries. So that's like a profound reshaping of the habitability of the surface of the planet.
Now, blink and you'll miss it. That's even truer if you're hurtling around a Formula One track. But how long can you keep your eyes open for? Because Japanese scientists have calculated F1 drivers blink at exactly the same spot on tracks during each lap. The study by NTT Communication Science Laboratories used eye tracking to analyse blink rates as drivers reached 220 miles per hour. They found the drivers really had to concentrate to blink less than the usual 30 times per minute. Let's go to the ads. Stay there for more news from the world of tech and science. Plus, the ancient galaxy built around a supermassive black hole. Why not hit follow in the meantime? Welcome back. Scientists have discovered an ancient galaxy 25 million light years away that's believed to have been built around a supermassive black hole right in the middle. Using the James Webb Space Telescope, astronomers calculated galaxy GS 9209 was born between just 600 and 800 million years after the Big Bang. University of Edinburgh researchers worked out that no stars had formed there for 500 million years due to mega radiation caused by the supermassive black hole. And finally, space scientists and curious members of the public are aiming to prepare humanity for the chance that alien life forms make contact. On Wednesday at 3 p.m, Europe's Trace Gas Orbiter Mars craft will send a coded message that will be received by 3 mega radio telescope observatories back on Earth. It's kind of a proof of concept that Earthlings could try to communicate with alien visitors should they choose to get in touch. The project is called A Sign in Space and is being led by Daniela De Paulis, who's artist in residence at the SETI Institute and Green Bank Observatory. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast for the latest news, interviews and analysis from the Evening Standard here in London, and we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.